Hello, Cancer. I don't know if you can see, but I have a very sleepy, sad puppy in the background. Oh, wrong side. Over here. Oh, little cutie. He's snoozing. He's been very good. He's been leaving me alone for the most part from the readings. He hasn't been, sometimes like, as soon as I turn this video on, like when I do my weekly lives, he suddenly wants to play. He brings in his toy and I'm like, you've had all day. And as soon as I'm completely distracted, just like a child, that's when he wants all my attention. But no, he's being very good right now. So, Cancer, February, Tarotscope, 2021, Sun, Moon, Rising. Check out your other signs because they might resonate better than this one. And obviously these are general in nature, so, oh, he's so cute. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But we've already got a Page of Pentacles coming out for you. Righto. Okay. So I want to get a little bit more what's coming out of this, but Page of Pentacles is usually like the formation of something, the beginning of something. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna, as per usual, we get pentacles, but we're still talking about love when it comes to Cancer. So, as soon as I saw this, it's like this Page of Pentacles is holding, like it's the beginning of something, and we're holding something, and we're holding it above ourselves. So this is where we hold someone on a pedestal when we first meet them, you know, like when you're first dating someone, you get excited, you think they're amazing and they're incredible, and you kind of put them up here, and you sort of like, you get out of balance, which is what this one is here. Oh god, that's bright. So yeah, that's the Six of Pentacles, but in the reverse. So this is where things are really out of balance. This is where going into relationships, we put the other person on a pedestal, we think that they're better than us on some level, and we get rose-colored glasses about it as well. Like we may, it's called a like bias or a love bias. I do like this is in the reverse though. I do like that. We got the Devil here. I think this is a pattern of behavior for you where you kind of idolize and lift the other person above you, and like this goes for people who are in relationship as well as those who are looking for a relationship. In what ways do you put your partner above you or before you? Do you put, like, as in you think they have more value, therefore you give more within the relationship? And maybe you might convince yourself that when they do something and you don't like it, you might, with the love bias, convince yourself that it's not as bad as it is. Like you'll make up excuses rather than going straight to them and saying, we need to talk about this because that's not okay. But no, like maybe you let certain things slide. And when it comes to like creating a healthy, balanced relationship, both people kind of need to be balanced. And yeah, the Justice card was just poking its head out there. It does need, you guys need to be, so this is my interdependence card. This is a single lady card as well. Like it's where you, Interdependence is where you are independent, but you're also dependent on the other person at the same time. So it's where you're happy to fulfill your needs, your wants, your desires. You can fulfill that for yourself, but you can also ask for it in another person. So you're not relying on that other person to fulfill basic needs for you necessarily, but you can ask for it. You do deserve to have, like when you're in a partnership or relationship, there's nothing wrong with there's certain specific, I guess, expectations. I hate to use that word, but in a sense, there's certain aspects to a relationship that they're kind of the rules. Like and you can make up your own special rules of what you personally need within relationships. So, as an example, maybe you do need a certain amount of intimacy in this specific way in order to feel loved, honored, cherished within that relationship, to feel like there is balance. And you need to express that to the other person, not just expect them to know it off the get-go. Because everybody has a different perspective or view on what a relationship looks like, what it feels like, what the nature of us getting our needs met. Like, there's some people that don't need a lot of intimacy. There's some people that need a lot of intimacy. There's some people that love talking. There's like they really need that speaking connection, the conversation. That's how they know that their partner is connected to them. That's how they know that their partner appreciates them, because they're telling them. Whereas other people, they just need physical contact. Like, I'm talking about the love languages, clearly. But it's more than that. It's more than the love languages. There's so many different nuances to the perfect relationship for each individual person. And it's not that you need to expect that person to meet those immediately. You need to communicate those things to those people. And so you need to be able to go, oh, these are my needs. These are the things that I need in order to feel like I'm whole, and I can do that. I can do that without you. I feel like a whole person, and all those needs are being met. But since we're in a partnership, that's a different relationship. That's not a relationship with me. That's a relationship with another person. So in order for that, you need to be able to meet the same needs that I would if I was on my own. So those, like, there'd be different aspects that you'd want them to meet. So what do you do? What do you do? Do you just like stay silent and get really bitter and angry that the person isn't giving you what you want? And then maybe it comes up in really passive-aggressive ways. It's like, oh, I really wanted him to, like, clean the kitchen, and he didn't clean the kitchen. I didn't ask him, so I very loudly started cleaning the kitchen, and he just thinks I'm angry. But, like, all you needed to do was communicate to them that in order to feel like you care, or like just explain to them why you needed them to clean the kitchen. Maybe they just don't freaking know. You know? Maybe your wife or your girlfriend, partner, whatever, maybe in their previous relationships or previous like examples of relationships, so their parents, maybe they had different gender norms. Maybe the female did all the work, you know? Or dad was like, they were very fixed gender, like normative type of situation. So, and whereas you might not be. So, there may be expectations on your partner to fulfill certain things in order to feel like you're in relationship with them, but they may clash with the way you view it. So it's about getting down to the why is it that I want this particular thing to be fulfilled, explain it to them why that's the case, and see if they're able to fulfill it, you know? Rather than just expecting them to just know. Of course they're not going to know. They're not going to know until you tell them. And then sometimes, like, maybe you need to tell them, and then you need to reinforce it, because although this is something that you will feel moment to moment, because they're not seeing it the same way you are, they may need to be reminded. And you need to follow through with it too, because like you have to be firm with it. If they're consistent, they've been told and they're consistently not meeting that need, you need to like show that there's, I hate using the word consequence, but maybe it's kind of like, well, this is so important to me, this isn't being met, there has to be some sort of consequence to it, like as in like I need to escalate this to the next. Do we need to have another conversation? Do we need to go see someone about this? Do you like, because this is important, you know? So I think for you, like the world is like, a lot of this is kind of pointing towards you ending this pattern of behavior for you, where you so it's very easy to think that the other person is like, oh, they're just not meeting my needs. But we sort of have to look at ourselves and like, well, am I communicating my needs very well? Am I reinforcing my boundaries very well? Am I putting this person up on a pedestal and thinking that they can get away with this type of behavior even though deep down it's not meeting my needs and I'm really kind of resentful about it? And instead of like coming at it from a direct way, especially like, I think direct approach is always the best approach anyway, not going roundabout ways to see if they can guess that you want them to buy you flowers, you know? It's better off, and especially like women to men, but again, men to women, be direct. Be direct. Just tell them what you want. And then they are like, okay, so you're giving me instructions on how to make you feel good? Okay, awesome. I didn't have to be a psychic to do it, you know? And even if you have intuition, you're not always a mind reader, you know? So that's your reading, February, for Cancer. I hope that has been helpful. If you like this reading, please subscribe, like, share, make comments if you like. If you'd like a private reading, details are down below. But that's where we leave it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next month.